Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to delve into our third set of alternatives for the June 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Full of Charm. And here are the 9 cards that you could have made as intended. They are beautiful just how they are, but around here I like to jazz them up. So we're going to do some alternatives now. Let's start with our first one. So our first one, we're going to start with a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is Melon Mambo. I'm going to give it a nice burnish. I've got an inside piece of white that's 5 by 4 1/4. And I've got half of a card base. This is the one with the gold flecking in it. And this I trimmed down to 5 by 4 1/4. And we're going to put that on the front of our card base here. So let's go ahead and get this down. I'm going to open this up just so it makes it a little easier for me to center it up. Okay, so that looks good. Now, this is, now yesterday I told you I took this piece and I cut this bottom piece off. So this is the bottom piece right here. We used this on yesterday's card. We're going to use this today. So we're going to just put this down here at the bottom, right in the corner. And then I cut one of these leaves out of the Charming Day die set, and there's a leaf right here. I just took this and cut it out of Granny Apple Green, and then I cut it apart because it was too big to fit, you know, up here. So I wanted to be able to spread it out. So I just cut it in a piece, cut it in half basically. So let's go ahead and get our flower piece down. We're going to put it down flat. So just right down. When I did cut it off, I did, just so you know, kind of round off this corner here. So there was quite a bit of white just showing there, so I just cut it so that it was a little closer to the flower. So it looks more like that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, now I'm going to take our Granny Apple Green leaves here and we're going to tuck these in. One here at the top and one down here in the corner. So let's go ahead and get some liquid fine tip glue on here. Since these are so delicate and little, we'll just use a couple dots of this. And I'm just going to basically get this up under both of these outside pieces. I want to hide the stem, so I'm trying to, there we go, get that down underneath this bottom piece here so that it looks more like it belongs there. So we'll just hang on to this for just a second till it tacks down. Okay. Now we will do that same thing for our little piece that's left here. Let's see, I'm trying to decide. I think this is the underside. So a couple more dots of glue on this and we'll get it down here in the corner down here. There we go. I'll just kind of push that there, just like that. So it's hiding all of the cut pieces that we had, the stem and then where I chopped it off from the other one. Okay, so there we go. Now, this is a circle that came in the kit. This was a punch out. And I took the Stylish Shapes dies, and I cut us another circle that was just, you know, the next size up from this little circle. So I just put that in there and figured out which one was the next one up. And I cut a piece out of Melon Mambo. So we're going to put this onto this, but we're going to stamp on this first. And we're going to stamp, let's see. What are we going to stamp? We are going to stamp something. This is what we're going to put on the inside. I guess we're going to put, I thought I had it. Oh my goodness. You guys, I am always losing something. I just do not understand how things just disappear on me. I try so hard to make sure I've got it all ready to go. And inevitably, something disappears on me. Okay, let's see. Where's the dice, or the stamp set that came in the kit? That's what I'm looking for, because what I want is on there. Let's see. Here it is. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do, there was a stamp that said, "You made my day," or something like that, or you something. If I could find it. I thought I had it on a block. This is for the next card. Oh my goodness. I'll find it as soon as we're done here. Shoot. Hang on. Let me find the stamp I want and pick the mess up I just dropped on the floor. Hold on just a second. Okay. I picked up the mess I made on the floor, but I want to show you where the stamp was. I found it. Stuck to the back of our gems. I knew it was somewhere. Alright, let's get this on a block. So I guess what it says, what does it say? It says, "Let's celebrate you." That's what it says. So we're going to put that on our little circle here. And I'm going to stamp in Melon Mambo. I'm just going to ink this up. And let's just get this right down here. Making sure I put pressure everywhere. There we go. Okay. Now, that's going to go on the outside. On the inside, then, there were two stamps on the stamp set that came in the kit. One said, "To a wonderful friend," and the other one said, "Happy birthday." So I put them together on my block, and we're just going to make one inside sentiment out of both stamps. So we're going to do just like this. "To a wonderful friend, happy birthday." Perfect. Okay, let's put the ink away. Maybe we can get through today without any ink disasters. What do you think? Let's get this on our little Melon Mambo circle. And then we're going to pop this up on the front. So I'm just going to put that in the middle there. We'll get this on the inside of our card. And we'll get this down. Okay, now some dimensionals, and we'll put our circle up on a couple of these. Get the backs off. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm thinking something like right about here. Okay, now for our bling for this one, we're going to use the purple adhesive back sequins. And I know they say they're purple, but you know, some of these look pink. So we're going to use these pink ones here. And we'll just put a couple of, let's see, I think there's only two sizes to these. So we'll use a big one and two little ones. Yep. Just like that. Okay, so there's our first card. Yay. Okay, let's move on to our second one. So this one, we are going to start with card base out of Night of Navy. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're gonna give this a good burnish. And we've got a white piece for the inside that's 5 by 4 1/4. Now, this is one of the card bases, so half of one of the card bases. It has these gold lines in it. Cut this to 5 by 4 1/4. We're going to put that flat against our card base. So we'll open this up. And we'll get this down. Okay, now, for the front of this one, I cut a piece out of gold. This was from the Charming Day set. These beautiful flower dies that are in here. It's this one right here. So I just cut that out of gold. We're going to put that here on the front. Something like that. And then also on the Charming Day set here, there is this flower sprig. So this one right here. And I cut these out of Night of Navy, and I cut 3 of them, and we're just going to put those around our piece. And I also then, out of the Hugs of Bloom dies that were with this, I did this Hugs out of Night of Navy. Now, the question is, when I knocked it all on the floor, did I not pick that piece up? Quite possibly. Although I don't see it on the floor. So, that means it has to be here somewhere. Or we could just cut another one. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing it. Okay, we'll cut another one. It's fine. I will cut one really quickly here. And that just means when I find it, I'll have an extra one, right? Give me an excuse to make another card. Okay. Alright, so I run that through the stamp cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to take your pick tool and poke this out of here. And we'll get hold of it. There we go. Okay, now, I want to be able to put the hugs right down here in this bottom corner. So if I do that, then I need to finagle our gold piece so that we have room. So I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's get our hugs down first. We're going to use our fine tip glue for this, since it's so delicate. And just put a few dots here and there. Oops. You don't need a lot. Okay, so let's put this down here in the bottom right hand corner. Wipe off the excess glue I got everywhere. Okay, so let's just straighten that up a bit. There we go. Okay, so now we've got that. Now we can put our gold piece down, just so that it just kind of hugs the top of that, no pun intended, hugs the top of our hugs. Okay, so again, fine tip glue. Just dot this around. And then I'm just going to put it right, kind of like that. Okay, now we've got our 3 blue pieces now that we're going to put around our gold. So let's get some glue on these. Whoops, dang it. So I was thinking one up here. And then one over here. I think I'm going to put just a drop of glue there just to hold that gold down there. And then the last one's going to go down here. Okay. Make sure I'm putting glue on the right side. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay. Alright, so we'll put this one down here. Now let's see. I'd rather do it right here. See if I can get this up. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we can put another drop of glue on this little gold leaf here. It'll hold it down. There we go. All right. Now, on the inside, so we've got our hugs on the outside. We're going to put on the inside, says, "You made my day." And we're going to do that with our Night of Navy ink. Now, red rubber, you know, my favorite, so we got to be careful. I actually think I'm going to just stamp this off just real quickly because, yeah, I got a lot of ink onto the Y. So let's try inking that again. Maybe not so hard. Alright, let's just try. Practice makes perfect, right? Okay, that's good. Alright, so the pressure is the trick. Not a lot. You have to have just the right amount to get the ink to transfer, but not too hard. So just very lightly down. Don't rock the block. Back up. Okay, perfect. Alright, ink away. Check my hands. Okay, let's make sure we don't have any ink on before we try to touch this. So get this on the inside. And then the last thing will be our bling, and we will be done. Okay, so I'm going to use the gold, these gold gems that came in the kit, because you can't have too much gold, right? So we'll go ahead and, let's see, let's put one here, and a little one there. And another one down here. There we go. All right. So, here's our two that we made for today. Very cute. So, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. We've got a few more days of the June one so that we can get started with July come the first week of August. That's the plan. Go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know which card was your favorite, the blue one or the pink one. I kind of think I like them both, but I don't know if I could choose a favorite, but you let me know what you think. And I guess that's all I have for today, so I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a crafty evening. Bye.